Hi, this is Brody McKinney with the Boss Talks podcast, and a co-host is,
Kobe.
and then our special guest today is.
Felis Mubibya,
All
and
right.
with Shabak Media. Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, as I said, my business is called Shabak Media, which is a multimedia business or multimedia company. And we are going to be focusing on what I'm calling like a triangle of music or art.
Okay.
We're going to have like a television station, which is called Cheza TV. Cheza is a Swahili word for dance.
Okay.
And then Shabak is a Hebrew word for joyful noise. So when you make a joyful noise, what do? You dance. So Cheza, the television, is almost like responding to the umbrella of the business. And then we'll be having a record label for Shabak Records, where we are going to be helping like the underground musicians and artists to be known, because we have a lot of people that will come mostly in the diaspora area with a big talent from home, the country they're coming from, and then they get here, they don't have the money to produce music, and so they just like go and do other job and forget the talents. So what if they get someone that can help them either to do that for free or for really affordable price? So we bring Shabak Records to help people like that to be able to actually do what they love to do. And then we have the last part that is called SAB, the Sound of African Beauty. And this is something that I really love because it's kind of like want to bridge the gap between Africa and America. A lot of young American, they don't know what Africa really is. We think it's just like a giant country. But what if we can have a concert, live events, we bring a lot of big African names that are already doing nice globally, and then we put them on the same stage with some of these people that we are elevating through Shabak Records, and then we invite our American fellows. We bring the African food, we bring the African fashion, we bring the African literature, we bring all this history, and then we say, okay, you wanted to know about Africa? Now hear our sound. Did you know our poverty? But now this is our riches. You knew about our failures, now this is our God. This is how we pray, this is how we eat, this is how we dress. And so it's just become this good platform that people are going to talk, people are going to understand about Africa. At the same time, Cheza Television, we are going to be doing all these events that are happening. Again, we have content to show on the TV that is going to help people in Africa to see what is happening here, while the people in diaspora feeling connected back to home. Like, oh man, this is what is happening home, because no one is diluting any information. We're trying to bring things as real as they can be. This is going to serve one big purpose: to shape the culture and the young generation, to bring them something positive. I know there's a lot of things with media right now that are not well for our children. What if we change that narrative as well and give them something that is more positive? And that's why we have music, we have food, we have the fashion, we have all the things that are going to help people to get the right direction, the right information, while being entertained as well.
Yeah, that's really cool. Just trying to have that multicultural experience.
Yeah.
And like me coming from America, like, I don't understand that culture. And that'd
Yeah.
be really cool to like get to learn that culture and get to grow with that culture.
Exactly.
With that being said, is this your first Congress you've been to?
Yes, this is the first Congress event I've come to.
Okay.
Came through Indiana University, and it's really, really cool to be here.
So do you say by coming here, it's kind of expanding and growing what you're doing?
Yes, it is, because you see, what I've learned is that every time you get a chance to increase your knowledge, it's riches. You don't have to have money to be rich, right? Like when you feel like your brain is being increased in any way, you're feeling richer. So coming here, meeting with different cultures, different people, different ideas, different startups, you know, I just want to feel like, okay, I'm not by myself, I'm not alone. There are a lot of people that are trying, and then you hear stories of people that are trying, they tried and failed, and then they tried again. So I'm like, oh, so actually it's okay to fail and then try again. So it just kind of helped me to understand that I can grow.
Yeah.
You know, so this is a really good place to be.
Yeah. So talking about entrepreneurship. So what like inspires you to like get into like all this like stuff that you do?
Yeah, actually that's a really good question, because for a long time I did not consider myself an entrepreneur. I've been doing music since I was 12. I love music. I grew up in a family of musicians. And so if you told me that I was an entrepreneur, I wouldn't believe you. I'm like, I'm just a musician. I'm doing what I love to do anyway. So
Exactly.
it's not entrepreneurship, you know. And then they started showing me like, okay, I've been producing people from around here. I've ended up actually being able to produce an artist from Czech Republic toward Europe in 2018. And so with just like how things were going, you can see there's a lot of entrepreneurship thing that's were happening, but I did not notice because this is just what I do. This is what I love to do. But coming from to IU, they started kind of helping me to shape that and how to kind of cultivate it in a way that is going to be beneficial to others.
Yeah.
And I think that is really entrepreneurship. So when I received that, I grasped it. And I think that's when I started really accepting that I'm an entrepreneur, but it took a while.
So for young aspiring entrepreneurs like ourselves, what is like one piece of advice that you would give to young aspiring entrepreneurs?
I think the very first one is slow down. Slow down, take your time. Because when I started with some speed. Now now I know that I'm an entrepreneur and I have all these cool ideas. Let's just rock and roll. And then I met with a friend of, actually we took one class together in the MBA class, and now she's done, Luane. She's actually one of the staffs right now in the program of the IU Innovates. And she just advised me, she said, hey, if you're starting this, don't start like that. Because I wanted to start with partnership.
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And then she shared her story with me, how she tried that route and what happened. And it opened my eyes. And then I went to talk to my mentor on the outside of the campus because I have mentorship at the campus. I know for sure that I need a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot when it comes to business because, again, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So I try and get a lot of knowledge from other people. And when I went to Julie Olthoff, who also happened to be like the state representative for District 19 in Lake County, I think, or something like that, she told me, take a moment, just plan, finish all the paperwork, look at every aspect and every way that could make you succeed before you actually start. So remember, I've been advised the same thing, slow down, don't do it this way, and then this one is telling me the same. So I realized that if I was going to start, maybe I was going to hit my face into a wall or something and not being able to do well. But I listened to these people and I'm glad I did. Yeah. So now I'm taking baby steps and I know for sure that soon we'll get there. So my advice will just be the same that I received from someone else. Slow down, take your time, understand your business, find the people that actually have more experience than yourself. Learn from them. Yeah. Because we always learn from each other, you know? Yeah. That will be it, I think, yeah.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Well, I got one last question.
One last question?
What instrument do you play?
What instrument I play?
Yes.
So when I started playing drums.
Drums, okay.
And then, actually no, I'll pull back. Before drums, I was playing percussion.
Okay.
Because I started playing when I was like 7. I was playing congas.
7?
And I was like, seriously, I was sure they will lift me and put me on top of a stool so that I can reach the congas.
Okay.
And after that, I joined a band when I was like 12.
Okay.
And at the age of 12, I performed in front of like 3,000 people.
Oh, wow.
I was shaking. I was really afraid.
Yeah, that's super.
But from that, like now I've performed on venues of 80,000 people. And then 20 people. So I know like big stages and I know very small stages. And I've been happy with all of them. I worked in Africa as a missionary in East Africa and I played in a really small places. So I play guitar as well, I play bass. But my undergrad is like more in vocal. I took my major was in vocals. So I do writing and all that kind of thing. So yeah.
Do it all, that sounds like within that field. So, hey.
Yes, there's a lot of things that
That's
we
awesome.
can share about, that we can talk about. But yeah, I think one thing that I just want you guys to go with in this podcast is like Shabak Media. We really, really want to see the young people get inspired, motivated, and be informed correctly about Africa so that they're willing to go there and see for themselves. You see, it's one thing to be told, oh, we are living in the greatest country in the world, and then to say, okay, go there and explore, and then find for yourself.
Yeah.
I want people to give us that option to also go, because when I went to Europe, my eyes was open, because this is
Yeah.
something completely different.
Yeah.
When I went to some other places, I'm like, whoa, this is very different from America. So if our young people will see that, we will know, okay, I have a podcast, I want to grow it bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe we should actually tap this market, because Africa has a lot of people that are growing, a lot of businesses that are growing. That's one, the podcast like you, that will learn from young men like you,
Yeah.
But if no one is actually telling you those places are good, we'll just be scared and, it's just one giant country.
Yeah.
No, there are so many things, and through Shabak Media, I feel like we are given a chance to actually have conversations like this
Yeah.
and learn, and then maybe we can go there someday
Yeah.
and just do some crazy thing together.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be amazing.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. You're doing something great.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. That concludes an episode of The Boss Talks. Thank you.